Welcome to day 6 of the journey through Mark. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Steve, and today's reading, actually has one of the most famous stories of Jesus' life. It's a story of him going out in a boat with his disciples, and he falls asleep in the boat, but then a huge storm comes around him, huge waves, high wind, and his disciples are frightened. And the text says there's a point where they have to wake him up, and they say, basically, Jesus, don't you care? And Jesus in this moment calms the storm, calms the wind, calms the waves. And the humorous moment is, that's the point where it says the disciples were truly frightened. That it wasn't the storm or the waves, it was when they realized the power of this person, Jesus. And many of you are probably familiar with the story. I've been hearing this story since I was a kid. Many times this story is a nice little abstract. I can look at it from a distance and wonder what it must have been like to be in the midst of the storm. Other times in my life, I've had storms. And I've had kind of the same prayer life, saying, Jesus, don't you notice? Don't you care? Are you asleep at the wheel? Or do you realize what we're going through? And for many of us right now, in what our world's going through, our prayer life's in a similar way, going, how bad is the storm we're in? How long is the storm going to last? And Jesus, don't you care? Don't you care? And I don't know where your prayer life's been. Mine has been quite bold prayers these days, just saying, all right, Jesus, I need you to be awake and alert. I need you to be hearing the world's prayers. And really a bold prayer saying, don't just calm the storm, but God, would you calm the storm that's inside of me? It's inside of our church, inside of our world. And so my hope for you today as you read that passage was that you were calmed by the sense that I believe in, which is Jesus is ever present and he's always alert and he's always aware. He's heard all your prayers. And Jesus can calm the storm within you and within me, give us a sense of peace and a sense of courage in the midst of difficult days. And my hope that we all, just like these disciples, would learn to trust Jesus in the midst of the storm. We'd be courageous and thoughtful and caring. And we would have a sense in a world that's very turbulent right now that we are to be the bringers of peace and the ones who are to serve. And so I hope in this reading you sense God's presence and his love and his grace for us today.